Hello everyone, this is B. Um, been a while since I've uploaded. Sorry, it's not like my full-time thing, YouTube. I'm trying to make it so, but I still have work and whatnot, personal life to attend to. But I want to talk about Arsenal and Man City because the international break is over. I'm sure you've seen the results. Arsenal are out of the quadruple race. They can no longer win the Carabao Cup because they lost in the final, and they can no longer win the FA Cup because they got knocked out by Southampton, which is crazy. It's crazy. Like, this Arsenal squad has the quality, in my opinion, to win like at least a treble. FA Cup is their competition for Arsenal. They've won it the most out of any other kind of club. Um, but you know, even Champions League and Premier League is in question now because they are in the mindset of being the hunted for the Premier League, while Manchester City is being the hunters. And for that Champions League, they only won the first leg against what was it? It was Sporting, was it? Um, I'm about to look it up right now. But they only won by a late goal by Kai Havertz. Obviously, he's a big game player. Kai Havertz, he scored in the UCL final for Chelsea. So obviously, I expect him to um, perform where he needs to be, but I don't think the rest of the squad is at that kind of um, mentality yet. There's a clip surfacing around where Declan Rice is kind of shouting or gesturing to Odegaard to take the ball forward, to look for a pass up front, to carry the ball forward in terms of progression, and Odegaard rather pass back. And unfortunately, that's just the reality of what's going on in Arsenal Football Club. Um, it's no wonder that they're not in any talks for renewing Martin Odegaard's contract, but it's just something sad to see. Like, you have a player with the quality of Declan Rice, and Martin Odegaard is a good player. I just don't see why he's not living to his potential. Same with Bukayo Saka, but the quality of Declan Rice, the leadership that he has, and he's urging that his teammates, play with some dignity, if you will, that progress the ball forward and not just pass back the whole game. But Martin Odegaard refuses, and he passes back anyways. He's unwilling to sort of take risk and put himself in that position where Arsenal can get a goal, where Arsenal can progress further and lead more comfortably. It's crazy because, like, biased aside, like, um I feel like this Arsenal team should be winning. Like, I say bias aside because I'm not from England. I watch the Premier League because it's the best, most of supposedly mostly competitive league, and it was growing up. I've always liked watching Arsenal just because they've had Arsene Wenger, that have talents like Alexis Sanchez. Even when it was bad, they still had like Aubameyang, a very flashy player in my opinion that I love to watch. Um, and Arsenal is just one of those teams that kind of catches the eye when you have players like Mesut Ozil. In the past, you had great stars for them, and it would be so interesting seeing how Arsene Wenger would kind of make like his little title race, even though he would never come out on top, or make a top four race with like the worst squad like ever. And it wasn't like the worst squad. It was just like, who are these names, bro? Like, why are they competing for top four? He's making like a $3 million profit off this team because of how like bad it is, while other teams are spending hundreds of millions. Like, a very interesting team, and honestly, I feel like they should be winning something at this point. With Arteta being 6 years the coach for Arsenal and still only one trophy, a Community Shield, and it's just like sad because they have the quality. Like, the decline of Bukayo Saka can be a video for another day, but it's just overall that they don't have confidence. They keep themselves in the mindsets of the ones being hunted and the ones that will lose. And if, like I said it before, that if they don't believe that they can win it, they're not going to win it automatically, because you need that sort of belief that, hey, we put ourselves in this position to even fight for it, so then we might as well go all the way and finish the job with what we have available for us, with what efforts we can put forward. And on the flip side, for Manchester City, it's just that Pep Guardiola's last season, and he wants to win whatever he can because he wants to be a great manager. Even though there are many things to take into account, like the the squad being mostly younger players, but Pep Guardiola is one of those managers, like he's one out of a billion. Like you won't find another manager like Pep Guardiola, even if you think that sometimes they in the past, like with Barcelona, they had like referee scandals or whatnot. Like this is a manager that has the dedication and has the mindset to want to be great even up to his last moments as a Manchester City manager, and he wants to see like, hey, what kind of dynasty can I leave behind, or what kind of like trouble can I cause for everyone even in my last moments as the manager of Man City. It's really interesting to look at it because at the end of the day, Pep Guardiola really trained Mikel Arteta to be the manager, and it's always been this kind of apprentice versus the master. But will we see the handing off of the torch to Mikel Arteta, even though it's been very disappointing his tenure at Arsenal, in my opinion, just because you expect to go a lot farther, definitely. With the performance of the UEFA Champions League, it's looking to be very interesting. Just because when you look at the kind of tournament, how it's playing out, um, Atletico Madrid is up 2-0 to Barcelona, and um, it's going to be a very interesting game to watch. But if Atletico Madrid beats Barcelona and makes it through to the semifinal, and Arsenal go on to beat Sporting, they have the 1-0 lead at the Emirates already. I think Arsenal would beat Atletico Madrid, surely. Like, did we not see that game? What was it, 4-4? Was that the score? 4-4 for the Arsenal. I'm about to look it up right now. Arsenal versus Atletico. They won 4-0. It wasn't even 4-4. I don't know where I got that from. They won 4-0 in 2025. I guess, yeah, that was the same season. Do they have any more matches? No, yeah. Arsenal beat Atletico Madrid 4-0. Obviously, so many things have changed. Diego Simeone is not someone to just discredit. He's a very well respected manager in my eyes, just because of how long he's been at Atletico and the kind of squad he deals with. It's not uncommon that they do well against the bigger teams like Real Madrid, Barcelona, and in Champions League as well. Although he doesn't have any many trophies to his name as well, it's just that I wouldn't say it's going to be a walk in the park for Arsenal. I do expect a big kind of matchup if Arsenal does get to that point. Because me personally, like I said, I'm not from any of these countries. I'm in North America, so I kind of just see all these clubs, and it's like a great mixing and melting pot of talent and potential. And I see Atletico Madrid. I love their squad. I love seeing the tactics, Haram ball. It's all very interesting to me. And Arteta plays with the same kind of mentality of that they might not be the best yet, but we're gonna take what we can get, and they do it with whatever it takes from their end. So just something to keep in mind, that if Atletico Madrid goes through against Barcelona, because they're already up 2-0, and Arsenal have to face Atletico Madrid in the semifinal, then I would probably say that unless Diego, that would be something different for everyone to see because Arsenal's only been to one of the UCL final against Barcelona. They lost, what was it, 2-1. Um, what was that? I'm not even sure what year that was. I'm not gonna try. Probably like '03, but um, it was insane that, or it would be insane that Arsenal makes the UCL final while they're struggling to win competitions like the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, even though that's really all their fans care about. They all really only care about the big trophies like the UCL, the Premier League. They haven't won a European competition and they haven't won the Premier League in over 20 years. It's something that's very important to the fan base. Maybe Mikel Arteta will see that, and it's kind of the reason why he threw away this kind of competitions. But I do not want to give him the benefit of the doubt. It's been 6 years of tenure at Arsenal, and you should be winning trophies. And unfortunately, your players aren't displaying the most competence to win those trophies. On the other hand, the other side of the bracket is very competitive. You have Barcelona. Oh no, you have Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, very competitive. I didn't want to make this video about the UCL, so I'm gonna cut it short. Um, but yeah, let me know what your thoughts on Arsenal play tomorrow against Fulham, um, and then Man City plays on Sunday. Um, no, not Fulham. Bournemouth. My bad. Arsenal plays against Bournemouth, which is kind of a tight one. I'm not sure if you remember, they've drawn to them a couple times in the Premier League. I wouldn't be surprised if they lose it again, just because that's what it looks like is going on. They look like they're getting shaky. But Man City is going against Chelsea on Sunday, which would be a good game. I don't expect too much from Chelsea, but usually, if Man City are to lose against anyone, it's usually one of the big six. Um, but yeah, let me know what your thoughts are, how they kind of stack up. What do you think the unraveling of this season is gonna happen? Like I said, I'm from North America. I'm probably gonna talk more about the CONCACAF. I love the competition over here. I love the Liga MX. I don't really like MLS too much, but there are definitely some talents here. Like they got Marco Royce at LA Galaxy. They got Human Song at LAFC. Obviously Messi's in Inter. What is it? Inter Miami. I don't even know what the name of the club is. I don't really pay attention too much to it because it's become like a messy league, but that'll be a different topic for a different video. I'm also going to be making videos about the Spurs situation, very close on that. I'm about to watch this Wolves West Ham game because, to be honest, I love both of these clubs. I love West Ham. Like Chicharito played for West Ham. They had um, a very good West Ham squad. What was it, like 2012, 2013? And Wolves, you've had Raul Jimenez on Wolves, so obviously I'm Mexican. I will support any club who decides to play with Mexicans. But not only that, you will. I'll never forget. What was the name of the manager? It was like 2020. That Wolves squad were giant slayers. They were killing, or I don't know. I don't remember exact results, but they were doing well against like Liverpool, and Liverpool was unbeatable back then. Like I remember that game. Like I remember Traore crosses it to Raul Jimenez. He scores a header against Liverpool. How can you not love a club like that? And I don't want to see any of them go down. Even though Wolves probably going down, West Ham it's a little bit iffy. I'm not sure if I mix match those names, but I'll let it go now, just so I could start working on those other videos as well. It's been a pleasure talking. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and make sure you share and like the video. Adios.